And we're back with more exciting adventures of the Incredible Hokes. I am Chris.
I am Mark.
And we have a studio audience today. If your name is DJ, say hi.
Hi.
I don't know if you heard that. You heard that mouse whisper, that was DJ. If your name's RJ, say hi.
Adios.
There. If your name's Jude, say hi.
Hello. I can do this. Adios.
Alright, so there's our studio audience. So today's topic is
State of the NFL. How's that?
state of the NFL / where we think they're going to be going. We're not doing preseason prediction yet, are we?
No.
This is not that show.
No. More just kind of mild expectations.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I think the big elephant in the room, and we have not talked about this tonight,
No.
so I'll be hearing your opinion fresh and on air.
All right.
Ezekiel Elliott
Okay.
suspended 6 games.
Okay.
The most important Cowboy, quite frankly, is Ezekiel Elliott. And I think so.
Okay.
You can dive into that.
Yeah.
6. What do we think? What do you think? Well, part 1, what do you think of the suspension? Part 2, how does it affect the team's overall season?
Part 2 of that's easy. I think they have enough depth with like Alfred Morris, Darren McFadden. Is it Rod Smith? He's starting to look really good in the preseason games.
Right.
I think they have enough depth there, and with a really solid offensive line, they can get by for 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So the part 2 of that, as far as how it affects the team and our competitiveness, I think we can get by. Not to take anything away from Zeke's talent, but I think we can get by enough to win ball
Okay.
games. First part of that, let me just say that you're always disappointed when one of your players screws up, misses time.
Sure.
But the Cowboys, under Jerry Jones, he keeps taking these players, especially on the defensive side of the ball, who are these kind of questionable character types, and they've already, this past offseason alone, have had, half a dozen have gotten suspended or fined. I think that what happened with Zeke is, it feels to me like, although they didn't have necessarily a smoking gun, I think they went in and slapped him hard for 2 reasons. They don't want to Ray Rice part 2 if there's anything else that comes out. They don't want to get embarrassed. And the second part of that is also just to send a message to Jerry. You need to start getting better character guys on your team. And then lastly, I think Dak Prescott's the most important guy right now on the Cowboys. But that's just
Well, you think Dak Prescott's the most important player, even with a completely healthy and non-suspended team?
Correct.
Oh, okay, I would disagree with that. I think Dak Prescott is. I still am. Remember last year, I was like, I'm hoping he's not the David Gerard guy, where all he had to do is sort of manage the team and not screw up.
Right.
I'm still not convinced he's not that guy. So I think he's great. I think he's really good. Don't get me wrong. I shouldn't use the word great. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
And this is the season. The next 2 seasons will tell us, yes, he's more than that.
Yes.
But I think the jury's still out. So, but I
Right.
think dynamically, Ezekiel Elliott is the bread and butter guy. He's the Emmitt Smith of this Cowboys team,
Could be.
or Terrell Davis, or whatever you want to call it. He's that guy right now, Ezekiel Elliott. So I think it severely hurts their chances to win the East. I think they still are good enough to overcome and be a wild card. I think their chances of winning the East are pretty much gone with Zeke out for 6 weeks. That's what I think. I think they still are a wild card contender, but you can't miss 6 games of him and not lose ground to the Giants or even Redskins, for that matter. And Philly's a wild card. You never know if Philly's going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
Who knows? It would surprise me if Philly wins the dang Super Bowl, because that's just who they are. They're always that way. You never know. That's just Philly. That's been their MO for 20 years. But I can't imagine Dallas winning the East with Zeke out for 6 weeks. But that's my That's my 2 cents. I can see you chomping at the bit to respond to that. Go ahead and respond. We'll make this all about the Cowboys. We'll do the whole show with the Cowboys.
All right, fine. I'll just say I could totally see them still winning the division and going deep in the playoffs, even with this Zeke suspension, because I think their defense is the strength of the team, has enough depth there, even has depth at the running back position. So the NFL, although they took forever to make their decision on whether to do the suspension, did it with the Cowboys have enough time to keep, rather than let go of some of those players on your running back at the running back position. They can keep those guys, and they're good, and they can be competitive. The question is their defense going to play ball? Are they going to be good? And that's been that way for a while. So we'll see.
But my counter to that is Zeke was a rookie last year. They had a lot of those guys before Zeke was there, and they weren't any good. So if you take Zeke back out of the equation, we're right back at the 15 season. Now, I understand you're talking about the defense, and the defense is another thing. I get that.
Okay.
But offensively, you have a lot of the same core guys in 15, 16, and now 17. The 2 changes were Dak, obviously, and Ezekiel Elliott. So you can't tell me the run game will be fine with going back to the has-been from Oakland and the guy that was washed out from Washington. You see what I'm saying? Because you had them before and didn't do anything with them. And you had Romo.
Well,
And so you can't say, well, but I know Romo was hurt in 15, so I get that.
well, my response to that would be is McFadden and Morris didn't come aboard until last season. In 2015,
No, McFadden was there in 15.
if he was injured.
I'm 99% sure McFadden was there in 15.
Well, if he was injured for a good bit of it.
Somebody out there will know.
At any rate, 2015, of course, we lost Romo for the whole season, and we didn't have a quality backup.
Of course.
So you had all that going on. Everybody double teamed on Dez because everyone I think knows, although Dez is a talented receiver, he's not an elite receiver. And so since last year, we've seen the reemergence of Cole Beasley as that slot receiver, and that's helped Terrence Williams as his opportunities. And thus, it's kind of had to work backwards, and that's helped Dez. So that's helped, and Dak is a big part of that. So a lot of those guys were there, but when you're so bad at quarterback, you can't get that. And they didn't have a running back, because DeMarco Murray they had let go to the Titans. So they went into 2015 and just totally got busted. You didn't have Murray or Romo.
You had a lot of the same guys.
And Morris has been good when he's given opportunities to run. They like McFadden better because they think he's a better changeup because of his speed. That's why Morris hadn't got
McFadden should be cut.
opportunities.
McFadden is a waste of time. He's a waste of everybody's time. McFadden's a waste. He's just one of those guys that always is good enough to linger around and not really produce anything.
Well, it could be this is the season, that the Cowboys need to go younger.
Yeah.
And cut it. Yeah.
Here's why I was kind of smiling when you're explaining it. Usually, based on our history, the answer will be somewhere in between. You're thinking optimistically, and I'm thinking like, oh, they're screwed, and they'll probably be somewhere in between, and end up like 10-6 or something like that, and be okay.
Oh, great! Another 8-8 year.
No, I said 10-6. I said 9-7, 10-6. That's probably because that's usually what happens with us. Yeah. One of us, and it changes. One of us thinks everybody's going to die, and one of us thinks everybody's going to be fine. And the answer is usually somewhere sort of in the middle. So the Cowboys will probably be kind of okay. They won't be great, but they'll be kind of okay. That's probably what will happen.
Yeah.
And speaking of kind of okay, catch us on the next Incredible Hokes. Adieu.